from this guy, right? I don't know if you know that he's coming up, but he went to leadership school. I think what's your first leadership school? Very first leadership school,
right,
and I saw him paying attention, so I want to know what he got from the school. Just come up for a little bit.
Let's
Tonight.
God
What
knows.
everybody doing tonight? How you guys doing? I'm brand new to America. I've been here for like a week now. My first leadership conference. I was excited to be there. They told me that they wanted me to say what it is that I learned tonight, so I wrote a couple things down.
Let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right.
You gotta be prepared, right?
Right.
The first thing I said is that you gotta earn it.
That's right.
It's an opportunity. It is what you do with it, you know, because some people that came here, they failed. But some people they succeeded. So it depends on what you do. So if there's an opportunity, you have to earn it. Okay, you got to put in the work.
Right.
You know, it's that we're sowing right now.
Right.
Yes.
We're sowing to reach something later.
Yes.
Talking. So don't be discouraged if things don't take off as you hope for it to be. Immediately. So okay. And if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're gonna get what you've been getting. So
Right.
you guys are coming here
Preaching.
with success,
All
right? So
Let's
you don't have
go.
to take a completely different way than what it is that you've been doing so far. Okay. All right. So you gotta hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
Okay. Because when people fail us, we're always quick to get in their faces, right? And say you said you were gonna do this, and how come you didn't do that? How come you let this fall through? But in this business, as what they said, is that we are the one that's gonna drive our own success.
Right.
So we gotta keep ourselves accountable. You gotta stick to the schedule. Me arrange, so we made a schedule. She made me a schedule.
Right?
So you gotta
Be sharp.
stick to the schedule
That's his
and
upline.
okay. Change your thinking.
Let's go.
Wow. If I'll be honest with myself, thank you guys. Like, I never believed that what you thought would lead you to where you are in life. I thought that you could just, whatever could be going on inside your mind, and as long as you knew what it is that you wanted to be, that you still get there. But I'm learning, and as long as I've been on this earth, it's a shame to say, but what you think, that's where you're gonna end up.
Right.
So we gotta change our thinking.
Right. Let's go.
Okay.
Keep
Keep
going.
going. Because they dragging it.
All right, guys.
Notes now.
Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Okay.
Right.
I'm not really a morning person, and it's hard for me to get out of bed in the morning. I gotta tell you that. Once I'm up, I could get going, but it's not being lazy. It's not putting things off. It's not procrastinating, but it's doing what needs to get done. I mean, think about it. This is your job, right? If you were at a 9 to 5, you'd have to get up in the morning. You'd have to get over there, and you'd have to be on time, right? So in this, we are basically our own bosses.
Right.
So it's a trap or a danger that we can fall into being lazy, into I don't know why it happens like that, but that's what happens, right? Use your team. Wow. No man is an island. Use your team. There's things that they know that you don't know. There's things that you know that they don't know. We all need each other.
Right.
We push off each other, and we'll get way more done if we communicate, if we partner up, and
Unity. Right.
always be willing to learn and to grow. Grow up. No more mommy or daddy, right? No more mommy or daddy. Like I said, you're responsible for yourself. And what it is what you do that's gonna get you, the results that you're looking for. Okay, and this one really stuck with me. This one hit me to the heart. It says that the people that you love will live with the consequences of the decisions that you make. Okay? People that you love, so think about it. What is your reason? What is the reason, or who is your reason? For me, it's my parents, because I really want to, let them retire. I really want to take care of everything for them. And I got to put the work in here. And one day I know that it will happen.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
Okay, so be bold. The sky is the limit. Your imagination is the limit. It's whatever you can think. Like I said earlier about, you're thinking wherever, you think that's where you're going to end up. Just one more. Okay. I got last one. Right? I got last one. Right?
Just one more.
Okay.
Stay on stage, bro. I need more people. This is crazy. This is first time on stage.
I was looking for something. I was gonna do something, but I had it in here somewhere. Give me 1 second. Somebody help me find it.
What
is it? What is it?
Success,
Success, baby.
That's the
Success, baby.
all he wants.
Listen, if you don't know what you're looking for,
Oh,
you
you
never
can't
know. Hey guys, it's K-Rec. So they ended up cutting me short. So I just wanted to finish everything that I had learned from this conference that I had written down. So I'll just be going through everything quickly. So what I had next was maximize your time. Okay, there's no days off. There's every day there's always something that could be done. Even if it's just making calls, or just recruiting clients, booking clients, sell. You could just spend a little time selling or plan, right? What it is that you're gonna do. So there's always something to do. So maximize your time. Don't say that, well, I'm finished, I finished, this what I was doing, so I'm gonna just chill, I mean, there's always something that could be done. It doesn't have to be heavy work. It could be something light, So get serious. It's do or die. Get serious. Get serious about what it is that you're doing, about what it is that you're trying to accomplish, Failure is not an option. Okay, I once heard, the theory of Darwin, evolution is that, I mean, we believers, so, we don't believe in evolution, but I cannot help but agree with when he said that, that life is trying to weed your genes out. Okay, so if you don't fight back, you're gonna end up getting weeded out of this thing. So, like I said, I know we believers, right? And evolution has no part in it, but I can't help but agree with when he said that, evolution is trying to weed your genes out. So you gotta fight back, man. Okay, so use what you have been taught. It is for a reason. Because sometimes we get stuck in doing the old way of things, right? Just because we know it, just because it's familiar, and just because we've been doing it for so long, it's like we get stuck. We get stuck in it, and it's like use what you've been taught, man. It's like it's time to reprogram yourself because, like I said, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're gonna keep getting what you've been getting. So be willing to catch yourself, trying to fall in, well, because I mean, sometimes you're gonna fall back in the trap. It's not gonna always be like, like you're breaking away from it. Sometimes you're gonna just fall in just because of habit, and you gotta be able to catch it. You see, that's the thing. You catch yourself and readjust. Okay, so use what you've been taught. Okay, God rewards hard work. The Bible says that those who sow sparingly shall reap sparingly. So if you realize this, that God, He's watching, He's watching you. Okay, and just like with David, David, he was living his whole life not knowing that he would be king, but God, He was watching David's heart ever since he was a little baby, ever since he was a little child, ever since he was a grown man, an adult. He was just watching him the whole time. So God is watching, and he got rewarded, right, greatly because of his heart. And then the Bible, God, He's so proud of David. He calls him a man after His own heart. So I mean, not just in the heart, but in the work ethic, in the hustle. I mean, God is watching you, man, and He's either proud and wanting to increase you, or because what did He say? Well done, that good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over this amount, but I'm gonna promote you and I'm gonna increase you. Okay, so the system, the principles of success, they've been time tested and verified. So you can put your trust in these, tidbits, that is that we learn, and not deviate from the system because it works. So stick with it, even though it might be slow at first, different people, they advance at different rates, right? Some people are early bloomers, some people are late bloomers, but if you stick to the system, you'll get there somehow. Okay? Stay close to your leaders, right? And this is for many, it's not just for, it's for many reasons, because you become who you hang out with. They say that, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. That old proverb. Because if you're hanging about with a bunch of, forgive me for saying, but drug addicts or crackheads or something like that, then don't expect to be a billionaire tech genius, for example, because all your friends gonna know is drugs, that you're gonna talk about is drugs. That's probably a bad example, but I'm out here in the cold in New York City. But stick with your leaders, because they're gonna help weed out the bad behaviors. They're gonna help weed out the bad train of habit thoughts. They're gonna see you looking at it like this, and then they're gonna say, no, that's not how it goes, man. And this is how it is. This is how it really is. And that's the benefit of having people as higher than you around you, is that they'll rebuke the negative habits that they see. Because if they see you dragging your feet, and you might not even like I said, you might not even realize it. You just, like I said, when you get stuck in the old way of thinking and doing things, you might not even realize that you're doing it, and they'll be able to see it because they had to overcome that themselves, or maybe it was never a part of them, but they can recognize these things in you. They can recognize these things that are not helping you and it's not useful. And that's the benefit of having people around you that's had success themselves. Okay, so late nights and early mornings. So you gotta hustle, maximize your time, as I've said. Be willing to get up early, be willing to stay up late. They say that most billionaires, that they're awake at 3 a.m. and they already start their day working. So it depends on what it is that you want, but be prepared. Don't just. There's gonna be days when you need time off to yourself, but for the most part, you should be having early mornings and late nights. All right, make connections and relationships. Make connections and relationships. You see, what it is it's a shortcut. If you want to get, something that, find somebody else who has had the success that you want. They can show you all the, I hate to say shortcuts. It's not really shortcuts, but it's a learning curve. It's instead of you going and doing trial and error, they can tell you what it is that it's going to take. They're going to tell you how it works out. They're going to tell you the principle of how it works. And you'll be able to bypass that trial and error and, just go straight to the heart. It's going to still take hard work, but it's going to take less time, if you have these relationships. And like I said, it's the mindset. It's keeping each other in check, really. Because, the Bible says that, if a man falls by himself, it's not so good. But if two fall, if there's two of them and one fall, then the other can pick the other one up, right? Okay, so, be genuine. Be a genuine person. It's no hidden agenda. Don't be ashamed of what it is that you want, right? Don't be, deceiving. Be honest about what it is that success is defined in different ways for different people. Like, some people for success is having a family. Some people for success is being single and having a successful, business, a successful career. And nobody can judge you for what it is that if you try to live somebody else's dream, you're gonna be unhappy at the end of the day. You should be driven by what it is that you believe your success is, because only you know you, right? Okay, so don't be ashamed of, like I said, what it is that you want, and don't be ashamed of your story, because I found that in life that the most embarrassing, like the hardest, ugliest part of your story is usually the most inspiring to people. The thing that is that you probably don't want to tell nobody because you're so embarrassed by it. Like that's the part that when people hear, they're gonna be so lifted up, man. They're gonna be so ecstatic about what it is that you went through, and know that it's success. It's possible for them. Like I said, know what success is for you, and know what it is that you want, because I promise you, Like, if you don't know what it is that you want, you'll never find it. I don't care if you get 10 of the most capable people to help you search. If you don't know what it is that you're searching for, you'll never find it. Okay, so ethics, you know, with more power comes more responsibility. So you're gonna have to be, you know, like I said, you know, a stand-up person, man. Like, treat people right. You know, don't defraud people, don't, you know, lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't, you know, try to destroy people, because, you know, that thing, it comes back to you, right? You know, call it karma, call it whatever it is that you want to call it, man. Like, you know, you reap what you sow. So ethics, just remember that, you know, they say that, you know, treat people as how it is that you want to be treated, because that's what will come back to you. You know, because if, like, you know, you mistreat people, then, you know, it doesn't always come back immediately, right? Because, you know, some people can go their whole lives, and then they face their karma at the end, and it's just terrible, man. And, you know, they're scratching their head, you know, where did all this come from? And it came from what it is that what you did earlier, previously, no matter how far away, long time ago you did it. Okay, so common sense is not always so common, right? Common sense is not always so common. So, you know, be willing to learn, man. Be willing to, you know, humble yourself, and, you know, to receive, especially from God, you know, because, you know, wisdom, you know, it comes from God, man. Like, I can't even, you know, tell you how much it does. So in saying that common sense is not so common, you know, sometimes, you know, you do things when, you know, if you were to step back and think about it, you would say, like, wow, why did I do this? You know, like, what? You know, they say that life is lived, you know, forwardly, but it's understood, you know, backward is understood reverse. So common sense is not so common, right? And it's being willing, you know, to step outside the box, you know, so to speak, to evaluate yourself, and, you know, to apply wisdom, you know, in every situation that you can, and to use what you learn. You know, use what you learn, man. Like, you know, because, you know, we've all done stuff that, you know, when we look at it later, it's like, wow, why did I do that? You know, common sense is not always so common, but when it does come, you know, you need to hold on to it and apply it. Okay, so, and this is a real big one. Don't take advice from people that's not living the lifestyle, or a good lifestyle that you would want to live. Let me say that again. Don't take advice from people that's not living, because they can only lead you to where that they are, right? Because if they could have done better, you know, some people, like, they just have unfortunate situations, right? But for the most part, you know, like, you are what it is that you work for, you know. So, like, if you're starting your own business, you know, if you're trying to do like a big thing in your life, like maybe you want to be like a lawyer or a doctor, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be, you know, something big, you know, something that's not so easy to attain. I mean, don't take advice from the uncle that's sleeping on the couch. You know, I mean, like I said, you know, it's people. Some people, they just have unfortunate, you know, situations, and where they can actually give you experience from what it is that they learned. But it's not always the case, man. But you want to be taking advice from the people that's heading somewhere, that has the stuff that you want, you know, because, like I said, you know, they can only lead you to where that they are, right? And so, and keep in mind that, you know, small minds cannot receive big dreams. So even if they do, and that's why you don't take advice from them, because they're gonna shoot you down, and then you're gonna get discouraged, not realizing that, you know, small minds, they can't see your vision, right? They can't see what it is that God has put in your heart. They can't see what it is that you're striving for and achieving for. All right, so those are the ones that I missed, but I'm gonna just go over the rest that I already went over. Like I said, you gotta earn it. So, you know, it's an opportunity. It's what you do with it, you know, because doing the same thing, there's people that were successful with it, and there's people that failed at it. So it's those that succeeded are those that took the opportunity and they ran with it. You know, they ran with it and they made something out of it, and they earned it. So you gotta earn it. It's not gonna be handed to you. You gotta earn it. You know, because success is possible and failure is possible, and the difference is gonna be with you. That you gotta earn it. Okay, you gotta put in the work. You know, they say that, you know, most people miss opportunities because opportunities come as something disguised as hard work. Let me say that again. People miss opportunities because opportunities come as something disguised in as hard work, and so that they miss these opportunities because they're unwilling to rise to the occasion. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're gonna keep getting what you've been getting. They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? If what it is that you've been doing has been leading you to, and that goes back to the fact where I told you earlier about applying what it is that you learned. Because if you keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, you're gonna keep getting the same results, right? So the thing that you learn is what's gonna change the application. It's what's gonna tell you, all right, don't do that thing anymore. But we learned this, and this is what we're doing now, and that's what is gonna bring you success. So hold yourself accountable, because people, they always hold other people accountable, right? If somebody fails you, you're quick to point it out. You're quick to say, well, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. But we don't hold ourselves accountable, right? We don't say, well, it was me. I didn't work hard enough. I didn't get up early enough. I didn't, research the thing hard enough. I didn't, reach out, for help hard enough. I didn't strategize hard enough. I didn't plan hard enough. I wasn't hopeful hard enough. I didn't pray hard enough. It's hold yourself accountable, because it's you that's gonna bring, your success. Or your failures. Change your thinking. Thinking becomes your habit. Like I said, you become what it is that you think about. So it goes the same back as if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're gonna keep getting what you've been getting. And if you keep thinking what you've been thinking, you're gonna keep getting what you've been getting. Okay, so don't be lazy, guys. Don't be lazy. Because especially when nobody's watching, right? They say that the true test of character is what you do when nobody's watching. But remember, God is always watching, right? And it's He that's gonna reward you for sowing sparingly or for sowing bountifully, right? So maximize your time. There's no days off. I already said that. Okay, I think that's everything that I went through. So. Oh, I want to say one more thing. The last one was that, and this one is a big one for me especially. The people that you love, they will live with the consequences of the decisions that you make. The people that you love is going to be living with the, sometimes we say that, it's my life, I can do whatever I want with it, but don't realize that the people that you love are going to be living with the consequences and decisions that you make, whether they be good or whether they be bad. So just keep that in mind, and that, you're not, just yourself. You are an extension of the people around you. You are the people that care for you, people that's been there for you, the people that, wish the best for you. I mean, you want to make them proud. You want to, bring good things into their life. You don't want to be a problem in their life, man. You want to be adding value. You don't want to be taking value. You don't want to be a liability. You don't want to be somebody who they have to always be, bailing out of circumstances, bailing out of bad decisions. You put a strain on people, and I mean, people, we human beings, right? And that can get real old real fast, right? But some of us, that we have people that they're gonna just be around us, because they love us, right? But and that's where the ethics come in, because they're not gonna walk away, right? And if you keep straining them, that's really unfair, right? That's really unfair if you're gonna leave them in that kind of dynamic. So, all right, so these are the tips for success that I learned, from this leadership conference, and they apply all around. So, I mean, feel free to dabble and to take what resonates with you, what it is that could help you. So, in Jesus' name, guys, I hope you guys have a good night.